So, welcome to your guide to the ADEK Teacher's License application. This is done online, but you'll need to have a lot of paperwork in place before you apply. And it is always better to do this earlier rather than later. Now, it's a fairly straightforward step by step process, but if some things are wrong in one step of the process, it will cause you difficulty later. So, please be aware of what you need to do earlier rather than later. Now, to get your teaching license in Abu Dhabi, you must hold a bachelor's degree in education or your degree and your teaching qualification, which can be shown through your PGCE certificate or your QTS qualified teacher status certificate. Now, this will serve as the foundation for your teaching career, and also it must be verified. And that is done through notarizing it, the copy of the certificate in the UK. Then the Foreign and Commonwealth Office will apply an apostille, a certificate to say the notary is genuine. And then finally, you need a stamp from the UAE Embassy in London. Okay, if you're an Irish certificate holder, then it will be the Department of Foreign Affairs in Ireland. And again, the UAE Embassy in London will be able to stamp it for you there. If you're in a management position, you may require additional qualifications, such as a master's degree, or maybe even your head's qualification that you will have done in the UK. Your teaching experience needs to be 2 years, and that can be shown by a reference letter from your current employer. So, again, it is worth speaking to them to say that you will require this at some point, and it must be stamped by the school that you have been given it by. Okay, it must be officially stamped by the school as well as being a letter. As well, for your degree, be aware you'll need your transcripts to go with it. They'll not necessarily need to be attested, but you will need your transcripts to go with any qualifications you have. That is very important. Third step, you've got to pass a background check. Now, there's two ways you can do this. Disclosure and Barring Service, DBS, I'm sure you're familiar with. That is the UK-based check. Often it requires a UK address, so if you're not in the country at the moment or you will be out of the country at the time, it's going to be difficult to get that. The better alternative is an ACRO, an International Child Protection Certificate. Again, it states if you've got any criminal record and any barring from working with children. So it is essentially the same thing, but the ACRO is named at the international schools market if you're going to work with children abroad. And to work in Abu Dhabi, you'll need to get your work visa for the UAE. Again, that is why your degree needs to be attested and legalized, as we stated before, because if you're applying for a job that needs a degree, then you will have to prove that degree is real for your visa application. Final step, you'll need to prove any additional training or professional development training. Again, your school will advise you on that. It may be something you may be able to leave blank. It may be something they'll encourage you to put any previous CPD you've done in there that is led to a qualification. They will advise you on that. And the process, as we stated, is fairly straightforward, but each step must be done to the letter. I would say the key things to remember that you will need to do is get the transcripts for your degree and your teaching qualification. If you don't have those already, that can often take a few months from the university. Your teaching experience letter from your school, make sure that is stamped by your school. That is very important. And your background check, the best one to apply for international work is the International Child Protection Certificate, the ACRO. And again, the details and a link to apply for that are on the website workabroadlegal.com. Click on the process page. Hope that's helpful. There's also a video there you can follow, and everything is detailed in writing with the links on our page under process at workabroadlegal.com.